During this event, please pay attention to the following safety induction protocols. Make sure your seating position feels comfortable and does not have potential to cause spinal problems. Adjust the lighting of your computer or smartphone screens so that your eyes are comfortable. Make sure the stove, lamp, air conditioner and other electrical equipment are in the safe condition and do not have potential to cause a fire. Make sure you know the emergency response procedure when there is an emergency such as fire and earthquake. In the event of an earthquake, please stay calm and observe your surroundings. Avoid walls and windows. Immediately take cover under a table, a chair, or sturdy construction to protect your head and body until the earthquake completely stops. If fire occurs, extinguish it immediately with available fire extinguisher. But if it is not possible, please immediately evacuate and contact the fire department. In every emergency situation, you must remain calm and always be alert. Immediately get out of the room or building by following the evacuation sign and gather at the available gathering point. Please don't carry heavy loads and take off your high-heeled shoes. By knowing safety induction early, we can avoid accidents. Have a fruitful discussion. Thank you.
Today, our world stands at a crossroads. As urbanization accelerates and climate change becomes more pronounced, the need for sustainable practices has never been more urgent. The time has come for universities and cities to lead the charge towards a sustainable future. Universities hold the key to innovation and education, and cities, being at the forefront of development.
In addressing this shared responsibility, collaboration is essential. Universities and cities must work hand in hand, sharing knowledge, aligning efforts, and advancing sustainable solutions that are measurable and lasting. Initiatives such as UI Green Metric and UI Green City Metric serve as the key enablers in this process.
UI Green Metric and UI Green City Metric provide a platform for universities and cities to showcase their commitment to sustainability. By participating, institutions not only benchmark their efforts but also inspire others, share best practices, and contribute to a global movement towards sustainability. As a beacon of sustainability, we offer comprehensive assessments of sustainable practices, conduct workshops to improve performance, and provide detailed feedback to help institutions and cities enhance their sustainability strategies. Join us in achieving a sustainable future.
Good morning, good afternoon, greetings from UI Green Matrix. Very warm welcome to UI Green Matrix Regional Info Session for University in North Asia, West Asia, South Asia, MENA, and Africa regions. We are delighted to have you join us today. These sessions aim to deepen your understanding of the UI Green Matrix ranking system, highlight key updates for 2025 questionnaire, and share strategies to enhance your university sustainability performance. We were scheduled to begin with opening remarks from the chairperson of UI Green Matrix, Dr. Vishnu Juwono. However, due to unforeseen circumstances, Dr. Vishnu will be joining us shortly. In the meantime, allow me to introduce our esteemed speaker that will be leading in today's information session. In this today's information session, we will be led by Professor Raldi Kustur, PhD. He is a senior lecturer at University Indonesia and one of the distinguished reviewers for UI Green Matrix. He earned his bachelor's degree in geography from Universitas Indonesia, and he later pursued his master's degree at the University of Queensland, Australia in 1986, and subsequently completed his doctoral degree at Griffith University, Australia in 1992. Professor Kustur has had an extensive international academic career since 1993. He has served as a researcher and a visiting professor at various universities and institutions across multiple countries such as Malaysia, Thailand, France, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and Chile. His contribution to UI Green Matrix reflect his commitment to global academic collaboration and sustainable development. In today's session, Prof. Raldi will explore on key updates for UI Green Matrix 2025 questionnaire, how your university can align with global goals such as SDGs, and practical ways to strengthen your campus sustainability profile. To Prof. Raldi, we warmly invite you to begin your presentation.
Okay, I'm testing my mic first. Is that correct? Is it working well?
Yeah, it's already.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Very good morning to all of you, distinguished participants, and also collaborated participants to UI Green Matrix. Well, today we would like to share some information concerning the related aspect to UI Green Matrix. Well, knowing that the situation that a lot of questions coming from the participants, what kind of information that we can get from UI Green Matrix? So today we would like to share some information related that thing. Okay, next slide, Matt. What is UI Green Matrix? UI Green Matrix is basically it's a world university rankings on green sustainable universities initiated by Universitas Indonesia since 2010. So that was a long time ago. Please, next slide. As we probably aware that we have some visions and also some missions. Visions, of course, we encourage the situations related to the respected world university rankings. And also we have 4 missions here. The first one is the organizing around world university rankings on sustainability. The second is encouraging sustainability practices. The third one is providing sustainability related services for universities around the world. And the fourth is facilitating international partnerships on sustainability. Next slide. As you probably aware that we have a kind of methodology. There are 6 components, basically 6 major components, basically to share in the UI Green Matrix rankings. The first one is setting an infrastructure. The second one is energy and climate change. The third one is waste. Fourth is water. The fifth is transportation, and last is education and research. And each of them has some kind of portion. For setting infrastructure, for example, is about 15%, and energy and climate change would be the highest is 21%. Waste is about 18%. Water is 10%, and transportation is 18%, and lastly, education and research is 18%. Next slide. Data insight. What kind of data that would be involved in the UI Green Matrix assessment here? As we have some input coming from the participants, we put that in the matrix, and also we put in the graph and so on, and then we compare to the evidence base. Later, the evidence base is more is important. It's very important for us to have some kind of the third party's perspective. Next slide. As I mentioned before, that we started early, that is 2010, which only involved about 95 universities. And currently, we are developing up to 1,400 more in 2024, increasing from time to time, especially after COVID and 20s, and then we are developing. Next slide, Mark. This is the distribution, spatial distributions of the member countries involved in UI Green. Well, we probably can see here Asia distribution is more spatial concentrations in among the member UI Green metrics, especially in West Asia, in North Africa, in Central Asia, in South Asia, and some part of North Asia. Next slide. Map of participating university 2025. Now we are, you see, we are trying to invite new members coming in, and we are having some connections with several countries here. We can see the distribution. Okay, next slide. This is all the participants into 2024, especially in North, South, and West Asia and Middle East and Africa. And we put in the clusters, that is bronze clusters, silver clusters, gold, and platinum at the top. The cluster system would be involved based on the consultation, consultation needed by the member countries, members universities. Next slide, please. If we take top 10 of the overall North, Southwest, Middle East, and Africa, we can see here Istanbul Technical University is the top one, and most of them would be the points is more than 8,500 or more. So they are, compete one to the other. So we cannot expect that we are only the best, but also the other would be much better than us. So this is competitions, and at any time we have to put the data based on the evidence base. Next slide. As I mentioned before, the color here is something in relation to the components concerns based on the top 10 overall universities selected. Okay, next slide. What drives a university to get involved in UI Green metrics? Next. As you probably aware that we need the evidence base. So basically we try to do the self-assessment. If you put the data completed, so make sure that the data itself related to the evidence base, the one that you have to provide based on your information sharing to us. Next slide. Enhance global visibility and institutional reputation. As you're probably aware that participation in UI Green metric enhances international recognition to universities that demonstrate leadership in sustainability will appear in global ranking publications and international forums. This visibility strengthens institutions' credibility and attracts international partnership, prospective students, and funding opportunities. That is much, the distribution of services would be related to other reputation. Next slide. And of course, access to the global network for sustainability. By joining UI Green metrics, universities become part of growing international community that includes more than 1,400 higher education institutions from all over places in more than 90 countries. This network facilitates peer learning, collaborations on joint sustainability initiatives, and the sharing of best practices in environmental and social responsibility. We have a lot of various activities among the member institutions. Please, next slide. Support for the integrations of the SDGs into higher education. As I mentioned before, that we have at least 6 major components to be assessed, and each component is related to the goals which is involved in the SDGs. For example, setting infrastructure involves about 6 goals out of 17 ones. And for energy and climate change involves about 6 components of goals in the SDGs. And you can see here each of them involved with part of the goals in SDG, mostly concentrated in at the end of the component, that is research and development here, education. A lot of about 13 goals involved in the out of 17 goals of the SDG. Next slide. We have kind of a roadmap to strategic transformation as we step by step that we are trying to get in touch with the data involved and also the evidence base, going to have some performance of the the ranking. Thank you. Next slide. Overview of changes for 2025. There are several questions. Basically, sorry, no problem. Yeah, because if I put my face here, it's going to be, the slide is not that good. Sorry, so I closed it. Okay, for example, is setting an infrastructure. We have basically about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, about 9 or 10 questions. And now, moving to 2025, we add 2 more relevant questions in relation to the first one is total area on campus covered in forest vegetation used for research, teaching, and or community engagement. And the second one is related to the planning and monitoring evaluation, especially in connections with the ICT. And also for the next slide is climate, energy and climate change. Next slide, Matt. Also add up 2 components here. The one that I bold here, elements of green building implementations as reflected in all buildings. The second one is planning and monitoring evaluation in relation to the ICT. Next slide. Similar things that we add up 1 point here. That is the last one is the planning and implementation, monitoring and evaluation in relation with the ICT of the component concern. Next slide. Water, we add up more here, planning and implementation, monitoring and evaluation, especially in the components of waste based on the ICT component. Next slide. Transportation, we add up 1 point here, planning, implementation, monitoring and evaluations. Transportation, especially in connections with the ICT. Next slide. Lastly, we have education. We have at least 4 components and 4 new components. 4 new indicators. The first one is ratio of scholarly publications on sustainability. The second is percentage of number of graduates. The third is availability of units and offices that coordinated sustainability on campus. Finally, planning and implementation, including monitoring and evaluation in the education of research-related aspect based on the ICT as well. That's all. That's the new points that we have to complete it later for the information related to the question. Right? Best practices. We can see several development of each individual. You can see here. Next slide, Marissa. Setting an infrastructure. This is several samples that we can take from various universities. They develop the setting and infrastructure based on the sustainability concept. Next slide. And energy and water. Okay, this is an example of Istanbul Technology University in Turkey. They have a lot of activities here related to the water management. Next slide. Data submission processes, as I probably set up from the beginning, that data submission would be very important. Yes, ma'am. Next slide. How to take part in the university UI Green Matrix here. If you want to register, we can open the link of greenmatrix.ac.id. Next slide. This is registration. The timeline, we have to take a look the timeline. The first one is June 31st of October. To new to UI Green Matrix for the first newcomer. And the second stage is November, data for validation, especially when you are filling in all those informations. And then we can see, all the assessor would take part in the data validation based on your evidence condition. The last is the results announcement for this in December. So June up to 31st of October would be first stage for compiling all the data and submit to UI Green Matrix. The second part, the second stage would be in November. That is assessor, take part in the analysis and also data insight of the data input coming from the universities concerned. And finally, in December, we have the rankings information promotion. Next slide. You're probably aware, based on the UI Green Matrix questionnaire, you might like to have some, information concerning the questionnaires or the data that should be filled inside there. This is only a part of the profile. Next slide. This is also related to the evidence base as well. Okay, next slide. UI Green Matrix questionnaire, online questionnaire submit. As I mentioned before 31st of October, you have to submit, but don't wait until the end of submission, because most universities concerned also trying to submit their data, so it's going to be congested quite sometimes. So make sure that a week or so before, so you can submit your data concern. Next slide. Yes, and you can see later in the online questionnaire submission, make sure that you are, you tap or click the point here very properly. Okay, next slide. How your data being scored. This is only example. For example, we take one component here, and when you fill in and we check your data, and automatically the computer will counting to the portion, and the assessor will check that back later, straight away to the evidence base, the one that you provide. This is only one example, and based on that, we try to quantify portions of your information, and then we feel it to make sure whether the computer and our remarks would be matching. So we are not taking ourselves alone, but computer first, and then come back to us, and we check that back to the evidence base. Then we put them properly in the column. Thank you. Next slide. How your data being scored? As I mentioned before, we put all the portion here there, mostly 100%, and if you just feel about 20%, we put 25% based on the proportion there. Next slide. How your score being ranked also, we put in the what is it, the cell of the tabulation, and then we counting back on the total, and then we rank after it. Very quantitative, but we try to put also some view coming from your evidence. Next slide. This is useful links that you might like to open the greenmatrixui.ac.id. Make sure that you browsing that first, and then you get the orientation, and make sure that if you have some hesitation, make sure that you contact us straight away. We have here Mbak Rizka, Mbak Sabrina, Mbak Raihana. You can get a contact straight away, and you have the recognize about the telephone number here for UI Green Matrix. Okay, thank you very much. Is there any questions? Please welcome.
Thank you very much, Prof. Raldi, for your detailed presentation and insightful information regarding the update of UI Green Matrix. Dear participant, we will share presentation, slides, and recording to your email after this event. We also welcome your questions, so please feel free to submit them through the Q&A box. We'll address them during the Q&A session. So before we continue our agenda, allow me to introduce with our UI Green Matrix consultation package. Okay, we have UI Green Matrix consultation package that we provide tailored consulting to guide your next big green move, ranking trackers to monitor your growth, risk rating audit to show your campus impact, brand visibility across our global network of 1,477 universities from 95 countries, and exclusive opportunity to host events, connect, collaborate, and lead in the sustainability ecosystem. We offer three tailored packages to support your institution journey towards sustainable leadership. There are Platinum, Gold, and Silver. Each package includes a powerful mix of expert consultation, performance analysis, global exposure, and exclusive certification, all designed to meet your institutional needs. By partnering with UI Green Matrix, your university is not only improving itself, you're also contributing to the global pursuit of SDG 17, which is partnership for the goals. Okay, so there's also more. We want to thank you for being with us today. And as a token of appreciation, we are offering a special e-certificate of attendance. Simply confirm your presence by scanning the QR code showcased on the screen or visiting the link we've provided on the chat box. We will send the certificate to your email. We also have prepared a video to give a clearer view of our services and global reach. So please, let's take a moment to watch the video together.
highly good work. Very, we look forward to strong, close working collaboration, knowing that we share common purpose, working well together.
Once you get something, we highly
Thank you for the video. Let's now move into the Q&A segment of today's session. We truly appreciate the question you submitted through the chat box and will now take the opportunity to address several of them. We have 3 questions by now, and I will read the question one by one, and Prof. Raldi can answer after the question. So, Prof. Raldi, the first question is, what internal university system, example documentation, reporting, need to be strengthened to ensure reliability data collection for the UI Green Matrix questionnaire?
Okay, that's a good question for starting point. Well, internal reports coming from your side is very important. For example, you have a report of whatever electricity, what is it, cost, or even the waste management system internally. You can put in the, I would say, tabulations or dashboard or whatever it is, and you can compile all those questions, all those informations coming to us, and then based on the questionnaire, the one that we provide in UI system. Thank you very much. It's very important, and make sure that you have evidence base. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer, Prof. Raldi. Moving on to the second question. Are off-campus sustainable partnership, example with municipalities, considered valid evidence for criteria such as transportation or energy?
Yeah, okay. To some extent, in 1 or 2 regions or more, you have some kinds of electricity power connection in connections with the municipality, and you are not straight away coordinate, or you have some kind of what they call is the municipality electricity coordination. In that case, you don't have to provide any except the one that you report about that we have provisions coming from the municipality base. So it is quite clear that 100% you are provided by the university, by the municipality. That was happening in Russia, for example. They provide from the country and from the central level and straight away to the university. So we don't have to provide ourselves, because the municipality service serve you, your institution. Well, very, very good questions. Thank you very much, Anthony.
Thank you very much, Prof. Raldi. Maybe we can continue to the third question. From the technical side of filling out the questionnaire, if the university has evidence in the form of an online link, are there any special provisions such as it must come from the university's official domain, or can it be from university's social media?
Or whatever we can check. Our assessors is very, it's very smart in terms of tracing back about the information in your university. So any kinds of link, you can state it there, and we can check whether it's working or not. And if it is not working, quite sometimes we are trying to find to the other link that is related to your information. No problems, not a problem, and very, very good, I suppose.
Thank you, Prof. Raldi. So it is very important to ensure the availability of the link you provided. So Prof. Raldi, maybe we can move to another question. We received actually a lot of questions on the Q&A. So maybe I can continue. The question is regarding of the circularly publication on sustainability. It is based on Scopus database or what?
Not always Scopus, but whatever you have. as long as it is supporting your university concern. So basically, we try to promote your university based on your complete information, not only Scopus, but also other things that is, let's say, about the news or even newsletter, whatever it is. So at least you provide the information in relation to the question as concerned, especially based on the components, the one that I mentioned about 6 components, major components there. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Raldi. Moving on to the next question. The question is, I would like to ask, there are certain questions on which we have provided numbers as evidence, but we are provided low scores. For example, energy efficient appliance. What are the evidence we'll accept it as accurate? Also, do we have to send all evidence as single PDF file to your email?
Okay. Well, okay, about energy and climate change, for example, if you have some kind of scores or quantitative information, you put in there, and then the capacity, for example, the capacity of energy concern, and then you can put the quantitative information, and you also make sure that you put some, let's say, take a picture or something about the what is measurement of your instrument straight away, and you can upload to your link, and we can check that back. As long as you give the links, and we can check that back if it is quite clear and matching, so we can put the full proportion depending on your what is it, achievement. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Raldi. We also invite the participant to continue submit the Q&A session, a Q&A box to submit your question. For the next question, there is a question from Professor Muhammad Umar. How can our medical university be a part of UI Green Metric ranking?
Okay, it's very relevant because medical university, if your university is concerned with any kinds of components in our research system, for example, setting infrastructure about the campus, the area of campus, you can use the GIS, and you can upload the GIS system to your questionnaire there, and with evidence base, and also some part would be with remote sensing or whatever, we can check that back through your evidence base. So medical university would be very important, and I believe that you have good records in terms of all the reports in relation to the 6 major components of UI Green. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Raldi. There is another question. If we respond a question without a PDF evidence, will it be counted or not?
Yes, it's going to be counted as long as you have the evidence base. Whatever you have a link or you have a report, and you can submit through our what is it? There is some rooms to get all the links involved in your evidence, so we can check that back. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Professor Raldi. Actually, we received an interesting question, Prof. Raldi.
Yes, please.
There
Please.
are so many ratings and ranking system, and
Yes.
what makes this one is the
Different.
one we need to participate.
Okay, okay, very good question, I suppose. But in all rankings in the world, basically they are having some quantitative information as well, but not much on the sustainability item. I believe that the very complete one is UI Green Metrics is the best, as far as I'm concerned, basically, because we at any time we try to compare with others, and they are coming to us to get some, questions of sustainability. But of course, we have some kind of discussion towards their points, because we are very complete. We have some very complete about the sustainability information concerning to the component as an assessment. Thank you.
Thank you,
Well,
Prof. Raldi.
thank you, anyone, everyone who's a newcomer. So I think I can, what is it? Give some advice concerning what is your questions or what are your questions would be. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. Raldi. I think we come to the last question.
Yes.
Is there a sustainability budget or financial line item in the university annual planning that could affect the ranking itself?
Yes, of course. At the end of the part that is in R&D, that is education and research, we put some questions concerning the budget that you provide for sustainability action or sustainability activities in your campus. And on the basis of that, we also invite all the reports coming from your institutions concerning the sustainability activity in relation to the budget concern. And of course, the first stage perhaps is not that completed, but later when you check that back, you can compile from each of the faculty items and also to the department concerned concerning in relation to the sustainability activity in that department. So all of those things would be very useful to be assessed later. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Prof. Raldi, for your insightful answers. Thank you for your question, dear participant. Unfortunately, due to limited time, we apologize that we couldn't address all of the questions during this session. We will do our best to respond to the remaining questions via email. So, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to inform you that Chairperson of UI Green Matrix is unable to attend today's event due to the unforeseen circumstances. However, he sent his warmest regards to all of you and extend his sincere appreciation for your participation. He looks forward to your continued engagement in the UI Green Matrix World University Ranking 2025. Thank you once again to all our participants and especially to our speaker, Professor Raldi. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much to all of you. Thank you very much, everyone. Yeah, welcome to UI Green Matrix anyway.
Just quick a reminder to all of our participants that the data submission for UI Green Matrix World University Ranking 2025 is currently open and will remain open until 21st October 2025. If your institution is a new participant, please contact us via greenmatrix@ui.ac.id to receive your credentials so you can participate to our ranking. As a gentle reminder, the UI Green Matrix consultation package is available for universities seeking to strengthen their sustainability initiative. This customized service offers expert guidance based on our 6 core criteria designed to support meaningful progress on your campus. We warmly invite your institution to explore this opportunity for collaboration and continued development. Once again, I would like to remind to complete your participation today. Please fill the form via the link we share in the chat box to confirm your attendance and secure your e-certificate. We hope today's session is inspiring to all the participants and we can move forward to building a greener, smarter, and more responsible campus. Until next time, see you in another UI Green Matrix events. Thank you very much, Prof. Raldi.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ma. Thank you for all.